Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to Prehistoric Kingdom. My name is Swoop there, and here we are outside the Iguanodon Habitat. That was the last episode that I released on my channel for Prehistoric Kingdom. I am excited to announce that this possibly, not 100%, but possibly could be the last habitat build I do in this park before the park tour, simply because I know that Critevo are on the Gamescom list for this weekend, which leads me to believe that they are potentially going to give us some information about Prehistoric Kingdom. The devs have let us know a long time ago that anything in alpha will be gone. Essentially, when we get beta, alpha will be deleted. So, or anything that we did in alpha, I suppose, will be deleted, which is a shame, but also I'm really looking forward to getting some fresh perspective in this game. I'm loving playing it, but I really want some animals to actually be in here. I'm sure you guys want to see the animals too, and I really want some new pieces because there's only so much you can build with the pieces we've got. They are very versatile. You can stretch them and do all sorts of amazing things that you can't do in other games, which I am really grateful for and loving. But I am also really looking forward to starting in a blank canvas with and really getting to grips with some of the new things that they're going to offer us in beta. So fingers crossed that is what they're going to do. I'm not 100% sure that is what they're going to do, but I mean, how much money really would I be willing to put on it? Quite a lot, I think. So anyhow, here we are in my Prehistoric Kingdom Alpha Park. It is quite sprawling now, and there are a few things because of the bugs that have been deleted. I am going to build an Iguanodon Habitat today. I have been asked to build this by a subscriber, and I'm thinking I'm probably going to build it over this side of the park. Here is Carnotaurus Canyon that we built a few episodes ago. That was a really popular episode, but I'm going to build the Iguanodon Habitat next door to it just here. I'm actually going to build a little bit more of a hill into the back of the habitat and also into the front of the habitat, I think. I'm not 100% sure. And then I want to try and integrate the building a little bit more into the surroundings. So a lot of my buildings are sort of stuck out. As you can see, here's the Tyrannosaurus one here, the Edmontosaurus one here. They're kind of just stuck out in and just floating sort of out in the middle. But I kind of want to put this one in amongst like trees and sort of have it really hidden away. And I want to try and put vines and all sorts of things. So we'll see how that goes. I'm not sure. I'm not the best at scenery, to be honest. So I'm going to do my best. I am going to jump into a speed build and may or may not talk over a little bit of it and give you guys some facts about the iguanodons like I did in the last habitat build. I am also going to come back for the real-time part and show you guys around. So without further ado, thank you for being here. Thank you for subscribing. So many people have done so in the last week or so, and it's really giving me a lot of passion, I suppose, for moving forward and actually continuing this channel on. I was always going to keep going regardless, but it's just amazing the support I'm getting and the comments that I'm getting as well. So thank you so much, and I'll see you on the other side of the speed build. Well, here we are everyone, back from the speed build, and you can see that this is a little bit different to something that I would usually build. Not so much in the style of build, the building itself is very much similar to what I would normally build, but I don't normally cover it with this much foliage. Look, I don't love it because the foliage is kind of limited at the moment, and I'm not really the best at plants, I'm going to be honest, but I've given this one a red hot crack. So I wanted to keep everything around it simple, like no garden beds, but a bunch of like unkept kind of like areas of forest and these big trees with all of these bits hanging down. And I wanted to put lots of vines and so on the building. And then like I wanted it to look like initially it was just supposed to be this area here, and they have kind of put the mesh on, and then they've kind of let this building go a little bit. I also put, as you would have seen in the speed build, a garden bed on the roof. Oops, let's just get out of the trees. Here, so, and that's really overgrown as well. So sort of like they kind of haven't been able to get up there in a while to get sort of clip it back or whatever, and it's starting to go a little bit wild. But aside from that, everything else around it I wanted to keep simple, so it's just kind of really like you come up and it's a bit sort of secreted away. So you sort of come up here, you can't really see the habitat barriers for the iguanodon, and then you kind of walk through this one small doorway and into the building, and then you're faced with just this big giant glass wall. And it just kind of looks out onto the Iguanodon Habitat, which is also really heavily forested and has a lot of trees and bushes. So if you manage to get a glimpse of one, you're kind of lucky. I expect they would spend quite a lot of time down here around the water, so you would see them a bit. If I just turn around in here, even inside the building is extremely simple. Like I've got this one bench here and then this one bench down the other end. I do have a couple of benches out here as well, so people could come and just have a seat. But inside this building, it's just extremely simple. I think in future, if I was going to build another building like this, I would put some screens and things like giving people actually information about the iguanodon. But I kind of like it. I like that it's sort of secreted away up here, and you kind of have to come on a long walk as well to get here, and then you get this view of the Iguanodon Habitat. And I also wanted to kind of make these windows fairly seamless, so it's sort of seamless and it looks really modern, but it's also extremely overgrown. Like I like that paradox. So I popped these in, and then I made this one look a little bit more reinforced, because obviously the dinosaurs are going to be on this side, and this side is sort of seamless into the floor and into the ceiling, but you still have like the window, I guess these side parts on the window, so it looks like it's not just a pane of glass that's just been stuck there. I also tried to put in a few building footings and things like that, so it did look slightly more realistic. And I put in this path because I thought this one goes the best with this kind of area. So that's what we got done today. I'll just pop into the Iguanodon Habitat and let you guys have a look around in there. So you can see I've put in I put in some water and then some rocks around, and quite a lot of these reeds, these wetland reeds. I'm looking forward to getting some different kinds of plants, because these ones are starting to get really repetitive around my park. But also the habitat itself goes all the way around into the back of the Edmontosaurus habitat, and joins up and then comes all the way back around, and then they kind of have this hillside to traverse. If they want to pop over the other side of this hill, they can. I tried to play around a little bit with the terrain tools as well, and like the terrain paint, and I'm quite happy with how it came out. So it doesn't look too repetitive, there's not too much grass, there's a little bit of soil here and there, and a bunch of places where they could go and hide. So, let's just jump back here so you guys can have one final look at the building itself. There we go, the little secreted away Iguanodon building and habitat. Thank you for tuning in. If you're liking my content, please give me a like, a subscribe, or even a comment. It really empowers me to keep on going. You guys have been amazing, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.